सो वेलकम बैक टू अ न्यू वीडियो। और अभी IIT जोधपुर में चल रहा है TEDx। तो TEDx में ये 5 स्पीकर्स आने वाले हैं। तो इन्हीं 5 स्पीकर में से एक स्पीकर है लेफ्टिनेंट जनरल अनंतनारायण अरुण सर, जो कि रिटायर्ड सीनियर आर्मी ऑफिसर भी है। तो अभी थोड़ी देर बाद इनका सेशन होने वाला है, और सेशन में जाने से पहले इनके बारे में थोड़ा बता देता हूँ। इनकी JEE में AR 13 थी, और 13 सुन के तुम्हारे दिमाग में ये क्लिप आई होगी।
My motivation, I was 13th ranked in the IIT entrance exam, 1-3. I left IIT Chennai and joined the National Defence Academy. 39 years now I've been in the army. I've been shot and wounded. I have lived a full life. Any other place, any other college, any education may give you a job. The army will give you a life. You can make the choice.
इनकी JEE में AR 13 आने के बाद इन्हें काउंसलिंग के हिसाब से मिला IIT मद्रास, बट इन्होंने IIT मद्रास ड्रॉप कर दिया और इन्होंने ज्वाइन किया नेशनल डिफेंस एकेडमी। और इतना ही नहीं, इन्हें बहुत सारे अच्छे अवार्ड्स भी मिले हैं, जिनमें से सेना मेडल, विशिष्ट सेवा मेडल, युद्ध सेवा मेडल और परम विशिष्ट सेवा मेडल कुछ है। तो बिना देरी के चलते हैं फिर इनके सेशन में।
Sena Medal and Vishisht Seva Medal of the Indian Army.
Good afternoon and thank you. When I was invited to speak here and I wondered what I would speak about, I happened to reread your mail, and the theme of your session actually fascinated me. Impact. What is impact? Can you do it on your own? Do you need a team? Do you need an organization? Can you do it for yourself? Do you do it for your country? Do you do it for the world? What is impact? In very simple terms, impact is just a difference. You just have to make a difference. Who makes that difference? These are the architects who create that impact. So let's go over it one by one. What is impact? Quite simply, impact is a difference. Like all differences, it can be positive, it may be negative, could be small, very small. It may be so small that you may not realize you're making an impact. You do it day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. You will stand at the threshold of strategic change. That is the power of small things. It's called habit. It could be for yourself, it could be for your little organization, it could be for your team, it could be for your school, it could be for your street, it could be for the nation, it could have global impact. So that's in simplest what the definition of an impact is. How does this impact happen? All starts with that little idea. The want to do something, transfer it to a little bigger vision, a belief, give it the commitment, get a crowd of people together, that's your team, act. It doesn't matter if you're not fully ready, act. Once you acted, you will have a feedback, analyze that feedback, adapt and change. Keep learning. It's called continuous learning. Adapt again. Understand the environment it is going to work in, that you are going to work in. Foresee the future. You will then develop an ability to actually predict the future. Because you belong to the future, you also have the ability to create a part of this future, not the entire thing. Why are we talking about architects of impact? Quite simply because the world as we see today is crying out for architects, for change makers, for change agents, for leaders who can foresee the change. There are enough change managers. We want you to be leaders, to decide what is that point in the future where you want to take our country and the world in general. At the largest level, I have listed out for you 3 major areas which require change. But you look around yourselves, you will find every little place around you requires a change. That change requires an impact. That impact requires an architect to design it, to visualize it, and a leader to execute it. Now, Who are the architects of this impact? Are they going to be leaders who are already appointed? Are they the carpenters? Are they the nurses? Are they the doctors? Are they the engineers? Are they the teachers? Are they the potters, painters, sculptors, nurses, army officers? Who are the architects of this change? Quite simply, you are the architect of impact. You are the architect of change. You are the leader who will create for us a better world for tomorrow. That's my belief. Now this impact generation or creation or architecture is based on millions of pillars. I have just grouped them into three broad ones, and they are self-explanatory. It starts with that vision. I've spoken about it. Have the courage to take that first step. This is the critical step, the first step towards the change. Empathy. Feel for the team, feel for the organization, feel for the community for which you want to make an impact. That is when genuine impact happens. Create a system around this impact process. Alone, all of us will fail. The best crafted strategies fail without a system, a process to carry that strategy to fruition. Last is act. You have to act, respond, react, adapt, and act again. And this cycle, ladies and gentlemen, is continuous. This is what architects of impact or architects of change do. How do we do it? Very simple. There are multiple levers. We look at the individual ones first. It's quite simple. Look at the small things that you can do. Can you get up 15 minutes earlier every day? Can you say, I will walk 2 kilometers every day? Can you say, I will research for 10 more minutes every day? Can you say, I will devote 5 minutes to meditation? Can you say, I will do one good deed to help somebody every day? You do this every day, ladies and gentlemen, over a year you would have achieved a spectacular result. That is how it works. Motivation is most important when things are not going well. Now these are individual levers. Once you created an impact as a leader in an organization, make that impact repeatable. When it gets repeated, it becomes sustainable. Sustainable impact is what brings about change. Link your purpose to your priorities. This is a critical requirement for a leader, because these daily actions, well done, can become weekly tasks. They become monthly actions, and then they graduate to go and become quarterly tasks and annual tasks. That is how it works, and all through this process, you have to adjust to what the world expects of you. Prioritize and focus. In your age and your generation, you will be faced with a clutter of activities. Please learn to create the time for the work that gives you most value. Don't fritter time on frivolous activities which do not give you the best dividend. Now there are organizational gears, and there are so many of these organizational gears. Organizations transfer intent to impact. So as an individual, you have to build an organization which does this. Leadership, strategy, culture, and feedback are 4 spheres which interact with one another to form what is called efficiency. Create this efficiency in your organizations. Encourage behaviors and learning cycles. You see, when a system starts supporting the teams and the strategy, excellence will become a habit. This habit will become a culture. This is when you will become the true architects of not just one-time impact, but sustained change. Align the visions of the organization and define what you expect or what you mean when you say impact. Because teams who understand this will deliver an impact for you. At the end of it, it is the teams who will deliver for a leader, not the leader himself. Now there are individual commitments here, there are team commitments, and there are leadership commitments. As an individual, define a behavior and a standard which will give you success and exemplify that behavior. Monitoring and adjustment is a part of everyday activity, so it's required to create an impact. Make these commitments reliable. Make them often, make them regular. Find a mechanism to monitor it and review progress. At the end of it, teams have to keep commitments very simple. Success lies in simplicity. Impact happens only on the simplest things. Now, as a leader, we simply have to exemplify the standards that we expect from others. What a leader does, the team will do. And when the leader and the team think alike, you will be successful. So a leader needs to be the team. That is when impact is really driven. So how does it all work in the army? Let me translate what we did in the army or what we do in the army to what is applicable in non-uniform life. If I can do it, we can do it. Which means somebody else's weakness is catered for in somebody else's strengths. Put the mind over the body. The mind can succeed where the other's mind fails. Mind can succeed when resources fail. Mind can even succeed when systems fail. Keep this mind upright and strong. The cumulative strength of the team is far greater than the sum of the individual strengths of the people. It's simply called synergy. Systems are everything. A great system which generates continuous impact should function in the absence of a leader. That is the strength or the test of that system. We is infinitely more important than us. Say we. I becomes the single most unimportant word and we becomes the single most important word in the vocabulary. There is no such thing as a failing. A failing is different from a failure. A failure is when you accept a failing. Failings will happen and they are teachers. They are the milestones to success. Learn from failings and conquer that failing. Don't allow it to become a failure. Argument is extremely important if you want to make an impact. Allow for argument, encourage it. Don't give up. Quite simply, just don't give up. Perseverance, not just in the dictionary but everywhere else, ladies and gentlemen, comes before success. Persevere. Keep at it. You will have setbacks, you will have failings, everybody does. Leaders who create impacts do not give up. That's the simplest truth to success. Honor the team, the organization, the culture, the institution is always more important than you are. Accept that and the impact will happen. Failure, ladies and gentlemen, is not an option. Neither is not making a positive impact. Believe that. And it will then get driven. So what is it that I want you to do? I want all of us to become the architects. The architects not just of impact, of a better life for us and for our society. Think big. Think large. Let it be beyond your existing current capacity. It will be within your capacity tomorrow, but think big. Connect deeper. The deeper your system goes and the better you can think about your team, the more chances of impact. Act now. The best time to act is now. A better time was yesterday. The next best is tomorrow. Anything after that is a waste of time. And the last one is, don't believe you're alone. If you stand and create an impact, please believe that the ripples of your impact, the consequences of what you do will be felt way beyond your areas of influence. That is what architects of impact do. And at the very end, please believe in this. You were born to create an impact. So think big, believe in yourself, act, have the faith and persevere through failings, make it happen. For what we look at as a prayer for our society and for all of you in general is to grow and be the architects of significant impact. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Jai Hind.
Saw my life with you and the time with you. Now we're strangers and I hope that you still cry for me like I cry for you every night for you. I've been living with this life.